Often, I head out of state to seek adventure. This time, I'm headed down to the US-Mexico border with snakes on the plains. We're setting our sights on an area known as the Land of 1,000 Caves. In the meantime, we're also seeking out pictographs that have rarely been photographed or recorded. One of the pictographs resembles a snake. Speaking of snakes, we are also hoping to encounter a ghost white Southwest Speckled Rattlesnake, which is known to be in the target mountain range we're going to. This trip took some serious logistical planning. We spent days scouring over maps, checking out history blogs, and reading various books so we could land in the ballpark of where we want to search. We had to secure a permit for the Barry Goldwater bombing range and pick a time of the year where the heat wouldn't kill us after just a few minutes. Armed with scarce intel, our targets in mind, we set course for Arizona. Now, over the years, we've hiked a good portion of Arizona's mountains, but I was absolutely blown away by what I saw when the TAs were on the horizon. The high tanks, or in Spanish the Tinajas Altas, is a natural oasis located in the remote desert region of far southwestern Arizona. It is situated along the historic Devil's Highway, also known as El Camino del Diablo. This is a historic and treacherous trail that stretches approximately 130 miles from Yuma to the border town of Ajo. The Devil's Highway earned its ominous nickname due to the extreme difficulties and dangers faced by travelers who attempted to traverse it. It later became an important route for Spanish explorers, missionaries, and traders during the colonial period. The Devil's Highway gained prominence in the mid-19th century during the California Gold Rush, as prospectors and adventurers sought to reach the gold fields of California. The trail's harsh desert environment, lack of water sources, scorching temperatures, and rugged terrain made it one of the most treacherous routes in the American Southwest. The path winds through the vast and unforgiving Sonoran Desert, crossing sand dunes, dry washes, rocky hills, and arid plains. Travelers had to endure extreme heat, limited supplies, and the constant threat of dehydration, exhaustion, and exposure to the elements. While we didn't drive the entire length of the Devil's Highway, we were on a good portion of it during our expedition. The Tinajas Altas are known for their unique rock formations and the natural water tanks known as the Tinajas, which are small depressions or basins formed in the bedrock that collect and retain water. These Tinajas have been crucial water sources for travelers, including Native American tribes, Spanish explorers, and early American settlers who passed through the harsh desert environment. The region's extreme temperatures and limited water sources make the presence of Tinajas even more significant, providing a lifeline for wildlife and those venturing through the desert. Evidence of human occupation can be traced back thousands of years. Petroglyphs and rock art created by indigenous peoples can be found in the area, offering a glimpse into the rich history of the region. After a few days of hiking and climbing steep rocks for the pictographs and our target snake, we were getting pretty worn out. As time was running out on our final day, we started to accept the fact that we probably weren't going to find our targets. This is hard to come to terms with when you're over 1,000 miles from home and you don't get this opportunity very often. Right when we were about to give up, we stumbled upon what looked like the pictographs we were searching for. Man, were we ecstatic. Here's the mortar holes right here. Got a panel of glyphs. Got a sun up here. Some of this I really can't make out. This is one that is completely untouched by graffiti, which is shocking. You just don't find glyphs these days that are untouched. But here we are. And if we go further this way, not sure if that's an arrow or a tree. Not sure on that one either. There's the cross, and then the snake down here. This is cool. And then right here, 1731. It's all right here to shelter in these hot mountains. Just a few minutes later, snakes on the plains heard a distinct buzz nearby. Our luck had changed rapidly. It looked like we were going to salvage this trip after all. The speckled rattlesnakes in this area possess a ghost white color on their scales, which matches the rocks perfectly. Like other rattlesnakes, it is venomous and possesses long, hollow fangs that inject venom into its prey. As a disclaimer, if you encounter a snake of any type in the wild, it's best to leave it alone to ensure you aren't on the receiving end of a venomous strike. If either of us had taken a strike this far out from civilization, we would have been in serious trouble, as the closest town is probably Yuma, more than an hour away, and there's no guarantee that they even have anti-venom there. This region has claimed a lot of lives, but not because of snake bites, but because of the heat and the lack of water. We camped near the Mesa of Death upon our arrival. In this location here, there are over 60 graves unmarked from individuals that came to this area as a last resort for water. The bleached bones of many travelers and horses were found here over the years. Originally, the trail was used by Native American tribes such as the Tohono O'odham and their ancestors for trade and travel. So, who's responsible for these pictographs? Well, no one truly knows. The first documented inhabitants are the Tohono O'odham, whose name translates to desert people. They are a Native American tribe indigenous to the Sonoran Desert, primarily residing in present-day southern Arizona range of the United States and northern Sonora, Mexico. They are one of the many distinct tribes that have inhabited the American Southwest for thousands of years. They have a rich and ancient cultural heritage, with evidence of their presence in the region dating back over 4,000 years. They have a deep spiritual connection to the land and consider the Sonoran Desert their ancestral home. Their traditional territory spans from the Gila River in Arizona to the Gulf of California in Mexico. Historically, the Tohono O'odham were a semi-nomadic people, moving seasonally to take advantage of available resources such as water, plants, and game. The Tinajas Altas provide a captivating glimpse into the challenges faced by those who traversed the Devil's Highway in the past and serve as a reminder of the resilience and adaptability of life in the desert. It offers a unique opportunity to experience the harsh beauty of the Sonoran Desert and connect with the region's rich history. We had a great time here. We explored a new mountain range, we found the pictographs we were looking for, and we found the #1 snake species we targeted. If you want to see Snakes on the Plains rendition of this trip, go check out his channel right now and make sure you give it a like and subscribe. And of course, please subscribe to our channel, like this, share it. We've got more stories coming. Until next time.